Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Elden Ring, where I think we can safely say at last that we have actually explored the entirety of Limgrave. We had a long time ago had a video titled Wrapping Up Limgrave or something like that. Turned out we had only explored a fraction of it. We have now, though, I think, given a good, at least first pass through not just West Limgrave, but also East Limgrave, as well as the Weeping Peninsula. Stormhill as well, but we did that quite some time ago, and we found a lot of, so many interesting NPCs, so many interesting marked sites of grace. Oh, you can like mark special sites that you want? Interesting, I didn't realize that was a thing. Oh, I'm learning stuff on the fly here about the menu system that I did not know yet. It does put these things at the bottom for you to read, which is often a thing I do. I often read all the different options on different menus, but this one I had missed. So you can highlight specific ones that you want to have just in a special list here that you can toggle over to. Cool. I'm not exactly sure yet how I would utilize this, but you just pick out some favorites that you want to go to really quickly, like the round table hold is one of those that the game gives you by built into the square button. Anyway, getting sidetracked thinking about menus here, but we've met so many. I just wanted to take away the list. That's what I needed to hit. Circle. We've met so many interesting NPCs. We've got this situation now with Selen. Do we have an imposter doctor situation? Is that what's going on here? Are we supposed to are we supposed to take on and actually attack one of these? I would imagine that this, if there was an imposter, it would be this one here at the Waypoint Ruins. What's going on with that? We've met some very cool merchants. So many different cool merchants hanging out throughout Limgrave. Blythe, I'm very excited to get reunited with Blythe at some point. And I do think that there is a TH pronunciation there. It does sound like to me. But either way, where we are going to start this time, though, we've some very interesting options now for our build. And I had said last time that we were going to be exploring those options. And we will be doing that eventually because we now have the Winged Scythe as well as the Lost Ashes of War that we have access to at the Nomadic Merchant out in the Weeping Peninsula, and that allows us to utilize one of our Ashes of War finally, or duplicate one of them. And in my mind, that equates to utilizing, because I've just been saving them all until I had the ability to duplicate. Where are they again here? Here we go. I think what I am going to do, I actually didn't really have to think about it that long. It was an idea that I had already had. We're going to eventually be using this Sacred Blade. We're going to be duplicating this, and then throwing it on the other Uchi-Katana, because I do want to play around with dual-wielding Uchis, because that special, unique moveset that you get is cool-looking, and I want to play around with it and see what it's all about. With all that said, Winged Scythe, Lost Ashes of War, we're going to stick with the Golden Halberd for now, just because I think today we're going to be heading back to the riverbank. The Siofra riverbank, if my Googling of Siofra pronunciation gleaned the results that I hope it did. I was really wondering about this. Like, I have to be getting this wrong. With all the different Gaelic, Celtic, Irish, Old English words that FromSoft loves to use, I have to be getting this wrong. And I think, sure enough, that I was. Because it does turn out that it's an Irish name, apparently. Similar to Neve. Neve is another one that I had seen or heard about on some British courtroom drama that I thought, that is spelled nothing like how it sounds. And sure enough, Siofra looks like it's the same way. These gosh darn Irish words that my 2024 American English brain knows nothing about. But anyway, the river bank, the Siofra River in general, is somewhere that I want to get back to exploring. We had only scratched the surface here, and there is so much to do. I'm very curious to see exactly how is this going to, are we going to, is it going to lead into somewhere else? Like, what am I saying? Is it going to be self-contained, or will it naturally progress into another part of the underground? How is the underground progression system going to work. I'm curious to see how that plays out. And so anyway, the enemies back there, long-winded Akinar here as usual. The enemies back there don't feel like they are susceptible to bleed. We've got the ghost followers. We've got the rocky, scummy, what were they, claymen? They don't, bleed doesn't seem to be the way to go against them. So we're going to stick with the halberd, and we'll try out those dual-wielded uchis and winged scythe options a little bit later. And so to start, we are going to do a little bit of testing here to see about damage numbers and how my Flask of Wondrous Physic can affect them. I usually do this stuff off camera, but I thought maybe I didn't have a chance to do it off camera this time, so maybe we'll include it with the actual episode and you all can get to see a little bit of the Akinar methodology. I just like to see the numbers get as high as they possibly can. I want to maximize the numbers on my attack menu, or the status menu, the attack numbers on the status menu. One of those orderings of words is correct. So let's start here with, we have the strength tier in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. We're going to start with drinking our strength and see how that affects things. So we went from 398 to 421. It was a boost of a little over 30. And then, of course, if we do the Golden Vow, that boosts it. The Golden Vow, I think, boosts it quite significantly. Yeah, that sends it all the way up to 469. Nice. And so let's go back to the table of Lost Grace. I think that's what it's called. And so we get about, so 32, 33 was the boost from strength, because we get scaling from both strength and faith on our Golden Halberd, but we also get holy damage. So we have like 3 different options to try out here. So we're going to try the Faith Knot Crystal tier next and see how that boosts things. This is not, of course, the most important thing to check in Elden Ring, because ultimately your success is determined mostly by your ability to decipher enemy patterns and come up with proper responses, rolls, attack timings. All of that strategy plays in much more to how well you do against an enemy. That being said, we're still playing an RPG, and who doesn't love to maximize their damage? So let's drink our Faith Knot Crystal tier, see what we get from that. Only 405. It only boosts the damage to 405. Let's look at, does this show, does it break down the, I think we have to go, if I want to see my weapon, it does, the strength scaling is a C. So even though our faith is all the way up at 35, it's just much better scaling that we are getting out of strength. Okay, good to know. So now let's see what happens with the holy damage. It might be quicker for me to go to the menu and warp from there, but that's fine. Little warp point is right over here. We're just getting a little bit of extra exercise. The proper exercise regimen for a lowly tarnished of no renown. You gotta get in those daily steps. Let's switch out to our holy tier, and we'll try that. And that'll be our last little bit of science / housekeeping. And let's drink. Drink on up. Now, the thing is, oh, it does show an increase. Okay, so this boosts it up to 428. So we still got, wait. Oh, wait a second. The first strength boosted it up to 421, right? So we actually got the biggest increase from our from drinking the holy tier. The holy tier and the strength tier together, though, is definitely the if we wanted to simply maximize damage boost potential, which I think is actually how I'm going to roll. I have been giving myself the kind of a more generic vanilla option in the Flask of Wondrous Physic, just as we are exploring the world. But I think we're going to try to maximize damage and see how that goes. We may very quickly come to regret not having our stamina boosts, in the flask. But I haven't felt yet, I have not felt like we have been super starved for stamina in most situations. We'll see how it goes. We'll try it out. What I am going to do is I want to find a way to spend the rest of my runes here. I don't want to pop a bunch of runes to level up, but we do have some things I think we can buy at the merchant over here. One of those being the Lost Ash of War. We definitely... Oh, no. Oh. Okay, so my L1 button is screwed up. Somehow it got screwed up again. Let me just very quickly reset that here and we'll get back on track. Okay, game reset, and now L1 is actually working the way that it is intended to. All right, we'll have to keep dealing with that little quirk in the Elden Ring PC install here, but let's buy... Oh, of course.
Unusual fella, aren't we? Did this aged merchant have something that caught your eye?
Unusual fellow. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. I do definitely, though, want this Lost Ashes of War. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I will take one of those easily in a heartbeat. Do I also want to buy a stone sword key? We have 3 of these. We're not in desperate need, but I do want to spend the rest of my runes. So we could buy an Arteria leaf. Probably be crafting some exalted flesh. That's another thing that we could use to boost our damage. I don't know if it... This is science we'll have to do later. I don't know if it stacks with the Golden Vow. But we're here, and I don't really want to head back to the hold for doing more spending. And we're going to need Arteria leaves. So let's just get that, and we'll be on with our...
journey.
Okay, safe journey. We'll see about that. We will see about a safe journey because, as I did say, we are going to be heading back to the Siofra riverbank. But while we are here sitting on 45 runes, there was a something that we had found last time up here at this Tower of Return. Well, first of all, there was a spirit who was over, I think, by the 4th church. We can go quickly. Let's go and quickly talk to the spirit, because the dialogue of this spirit, this is kind of par for the course. The spirit's dialogue at the time did not make sense. It did not make sense to me. Hold on a second. Why does it look like... Why does the menu look like I can wield the golden halberd effectively? There's no X. There's no X next to... I know when I'm two-handing this thing, I can wield it effectively. But I thought when I got on Torrent that because I'm one-handing it now, that I don't wield it as effectively. Is that just some weird quirk in the system that I have discovered? I'm not sure. Okay. This is the guy. This is the spirit. And when I first talked to this guy, his dialogue made no sense. Oh, there it is, the tower. Finally, I can return to our home, bathed in rays of gold. And he was indeed, I think, talking about that tower up there, which is very dilapidated, as many of the other towers in the game are. However, the thing that we found when we finally explored that tower is there is a transporter chest, which I narrowly escaped. It does give you that window of opportunity to make your escape. But I think it's time that we actually see where does it go. Because I have this hope, I think. It's maybe more of a hope than an actual suspicion. But I am wondering, this Tower of Return, the idea of returning to what that spirit was talking about, is it possible that he was talking about the Erd Tree? Is there a chance that this transporter trap could take us to the Erd Tree? Is there a world where that happens? Apparently you can take damage while you are ensnared in a transporter trap. Good to know. Leyndell, royal capital. It does take us to the capital. Yo. Okay, this is a much. Oh, is this the Grand Lift? I think this is the Grand Lift. Is that a fucking dragon that I see? What the fuck? Oh my God. Wow. Why can't all the transporter traps be like this? I think this is the Grand Lift. I don't want to check the menu just yet. Or the map. I don't want to check it just yet. I want to look around first. We are in the royal capital. And there is a giant fucking fossilized dragon over here. Fossilized? Petrified? Petrified, I think is the word I was actually going for. What in the hell? Is it petrified, though? Dude. I'm not sure if this is actually the Grand Lift. Because if it were, I would think that there would be... Well, maybe it's over here. Let's go touch the site of grace. Now, I think this is something... Listen to the music. This is so fucking cool. It had totally escaped me when we were just, you know, we were going through exploring, and all of a sudden, transporter trap. Oh shit! Get away! Transporter trap. Terrible. Because of what happened to us the first time, getting thrown into the Celia Crystal Tunnel. Holy shit, though. This is... Dang it. I already had it ready to go. What am I looking at here with the Erd Tree? There is some sort of crack in the luminescent bark, the golden bark. And you can see that underneath it just looks like, at least from here, it looks like ordinary bark. But there is also what kind of feels like a door. My mind is immediately going back to the opening cutscene. I had wondered about whether or not the shattering of the Elden Ring was taking place inside of the Erd Tree. Or I don't know if I said exactly that, but it looked like you can't see too much from the opening cutscene, but it looked like maybe there was like bark, that the walls were made of bark or something, that you were inside of a tree. I don't know why I got that idea. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe it's totally crazy. I don't want to know, of course. Let me wonder. Let me speculate. This is absolutely gorgeous, though. And there are, oh my God, there are so many. We're in a capital. We're in a capital, and it looks ginormous. Okay. I don't think I finished my thought, but it had totally just flown on by that transporter trap could be something that we actually wanted to do. And sure enough, I'm going to rest because I think the thing that had escaped me, it does look like the thing that had escaped me, Divine Bridge. I had missed the fact that in order to warp out of Celia or Halid the first time, shit, we can target this guy. In order to warp out of that the first trap that we ran into, all we had to do was sit. We needed to just sit at a site of grace. And that's why when I came back to play the next time, I was able to warp, and I didn't know why. It kind of occurred to me much, much, much later. Like, oh, maybe that's what's going on. A Guardian Golem, though. I'm going to... Yep. That didn't take very long. That did not take very long. It does feel like the Golden Halberd is much, much better at breaking stance. Okay. This poor guy. This poor guy never stood a fucking chance. You need some shin guards there, my dude, to protect against the the Golden Halberd charge attacks. We cannot use Torrent. So this is interesting. I am going to check the map. Oh my god, we are so far away from the Grand Lift. We are not even close. But I love how the game does this, where it's like, hey, guess what? Guess what's right over here? There's a map. Oh no. Oh no. Did my... Oh, my controller shut off. Is my controller not charged? Do I need to charge my controller? This is usually not a problem, but I might need to plug in my controller. I thought that the game freeze for a second. No, my controller just shut off. We are so far away from the Grand Lift. But we are definitely in Leyndell, Royal Capital. Divine Bridge is very curious because it's making me think of... Oh, this doesn't work. Oh, no, maybe it does work. It's making me think many things. As is often the case in this game, my mind is a little bit spinning right now. I'm trying to, on the one hand, take in these absolutely gorgeous surroundings, these buildings in the background that have, I'm just noticing that like the tree root that has grown over this one building that is so dang cool. Another one of these big like coliseums. We saw one of these out in Limgrave, actually near the Divine Bridge out there. Right? We had, was it called the Divine Bridge? It was called Limgrave Tower Bridge. And then we had the Limgrave Divine Tower. This is just called the Divine Bridge, but it made me think of this same bridge that led us to the Limgrave Divine Tower because we had one of these Guardian Golems, just like we had on that first bridge. And then, of course, there is a Ascending Gate, I think is what these are called. But it doesn't seem to be active. Cannot be used now. Okay, so we've been given kind of like a placeholder into the Divine Capital. But it doesn't, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to actually go anywhere. Because the lift on the other end doesn't seem to be active. This is almost certain death that we would be dropping to. I'm just looking around to see if there are any ledges that maybe might be safe, but I don't think so. So I guess our only option is to open that other chest. And would they have another transporter chest here? A chain of transporters? Not in this case. What do we get? A Blessed Dew Talisman. Is this going to enhance our flasks? Or our cerulean flask? I think we already have, not our cerulean, but our crimson. I think we already have a talisman that upgrades our... We have this one, the Cerulean Seed Talisman. Oh no, it's not that. It is something far, far better. It is a trickle heal. Slowly restores HP. The best talisman in the game, ladies and gentlemen. At least in the Achenar mind. Talisman depicting a drop of the Erd tree's sap. A blessed boon. Gradually restores HP. It was once thought that the blessed sap of the Erd tree would drip from its boughs forever. But that age of plenty swiftly came to a close, and with time, the Erd tree became more an object of faith. And when you look at the Erd tree now, this talisman is probably one that I will... It's really tough to... Even the part of me that loves getting my HP gradually restored as I am just walking around the world, even I am going to have a tough time justifying this one with only 2 talisman slots. We kind of need... I don't know. I don't know how many talisman slots there are going to be. They could potentially give us 5 here based on this UI. But if we're going by previous Dark Souls games, then 4 is probably where it's going to cap out. Who knows? Don't want to know. Until I know myself. But even at like 3 slots, we have a lot of cool talismans. We have so many cool talismans. And I'm not sure if this one is going to make the cut. It might be one of those ones that I just throw on if if we're going to sit around doing some reading, where we need to read some items or who knows what. But the lore on the Blessed Dew Talisman is still very interesting because it kind of, what does it do? It gives us a little bit more of it just kind of reinforces the notion that is so often present in a FromSoft game that you had this golden age at one point, but it has faded. And it is only a shell of its former self. And you can almost kind of, it feels reflected in this, I don't know if this is a scar or this opening in the bark, the golden bark, that it's revealing almost like inside, under this exterior, this beautiful exterior. It's really not as golden as you think. I don't know. But we can't go... I think this is the end of the road. So we have an initial foothold into the capital, but we're not going much of anywhere. It would be kind of... I would have been surprised if they would have let us go much of anywhere, considering that the warp here, the transporter trap, is all the way down in Limgrave, which is now, I understand, to be kind of the beginning of the game. So you find this transporter, which we can now take off take this marker off. But you get this transporter, the Tower of Return, which does it returns you to the capital. But then, they also want us to solve this deal with the Grand Lift. And that feels like that's what is truly going to get us access to the capital. So to bypass that and give us, we're going to let you get into the capital with a transporter trap. It's only a taste. It's only to whet your appetite for what is to come. And boy, oh boy, did it do the trick, because I am so ready. I would love to, well, I could jump over the edge here, but we're certainly going to meet our demise. What am I seeing down below? There is something connected to a couple wheels. What the hell is that thing? I'm gonna do it just a little bit more looking around here because I'm curious. I'm curious if can I even see what this thing is? What is it? I see 2 wheels, and it's really difficult to make out. It's not quite like the flame chariots that we saw outside in Liurnia, but it feels like something we haven't seen before, and I don't know exactly what that thing is, but I want to know. I want to find out. This giant ass fucking dragon, though. How cool would it be if this thing just came to life right now? I want this to be a boss. Please be a boss. We know there's going to be more dragons, right? There's going to be more dragons because we have to get more dragon hearts for our dragon communion spells. All right. Leyndell, Royal Capital, salute. We've gotten our preview. And boy, am I ready to explore here in full at some point. But that won't be today. We're not there yet. Oh, we filled in the Celia town of sorcery down here. I was like, what did we add to the map? There's that fort that I'm thinking of in the back of my mind. I have the fort that is somewhere over here, which, you know, we have no runes right now. We have no runes right now. I don't know. We're going to save that fort for later. What we are going to do is we're going to get back to the Siofra River. We're going to head to the Worshipper's Woods checkpoint, and we're going to try to get back to where we left off a couple episodes ago, which was, I think, we took this... Let's turn on our lantern. We took this... I actually have 3k runes now. I didn't realize I'd picked up 3k runes. That's basically still nothing. That's basically still nothing. So what I want to do is head for... this warp point up here. I want to head for the warp point past this guy. Jump in the sending gate. Travel, please. Because there looked like, when we were at the end of the episode previously, when we explored here, it looked as though there was a boss or a mini boss, something, a very imposing figure that was across the water. I did not realize there was like a little ravine here. But let's go. Let's go and see. Why don't we we can maybe start an episode for once with a boss or mini boss fight when we don't have too many runes on the line to worry about. We have the ability to summon, and we also have the ability to ride. So I don't know if I want to ride. What I first want to do, though, is take a bit of a closer look, because I love using my telescope. What is going on with this motherfucker? Feels almost like there's a dragon-like quality about this creature. There's arms and hands, but there also feels like I see sort of like retracted wings under the cloak on the back. And then the neck, right? The back of the neck is what really makes you, then the scales. And then that helm, I think that may be an armor piece, but I don't know. I don't know what we got going on here. Okay. We're not going to prep too hard for this. We're just going to throw on the golden vow, and we're going to see how this goes. This has to be a mini boss, correct? Or a boss. You are certainly going to try to kick my ass in some way. Dragonkin Soldier. All right. Whoa, dude, your face is gnarly as hell. Okay, that's decent damage. I meant to roll. That was supposed to be a roll. You really spend yourself out there, don't you? He kind of has, there's a little bit of a Stone Digger troll, like the hollowing out of his chest. Bad blast strength. Don't get into panic blast strength mode here. You still got to do Dark Souls. You still got to bait out enemy attacks. Did I get it? Oh, I thought I got a hit. Whoa. Okay. All right. We can take this guy. He does a lot of damage, but we can take this guy. We're going to go back to the Site of Grace because I do want to retech. It's not a long trip to get back to you. We will retech our stuff now that we've gotten a taste. Sure enough, our initial inspection was correct. This guy is not full dragon, Dragonkin. Did it say Dragonkin Soldier? Okay, how are we going to handle the Dragonkin Soldier? The golden halberd feels fine. It feels fine, and I actually, after all that testing we did with the... No, I did switch it to both the holy and the strength. Okay, so yeah, so we just need to drink that. So we actually get... That's what I was in the middle of trying to do, trying to drink my wondrous physic, but I forgot to do it before the fight. It lasts so long. You just drink it before the fight, and you're good to go. So that looks fine. I don't think we need to, we'll apply our Blessings Boon. We'll try to get some Trickle Heal going here. And otherwise, I think... Oh, flasks. Probably better for us to go 6-2. I don't think we're going to be able... Ah, man, 7-1 is probably the smart way to go. We were doing a reasonable amount of damage. Do I even need... I need at least one cerulean. Because well, I don't know. Do I? If I... Let's think about this. 8 might be the way to go, because if I am just sticking with Golden Halberd, if I'm not doing any spells other than applying the initial, just giving myself Blessings Boon, doing that sucker, and then going this guy and doing Golden Bow, like, realistically, how many Golden Bows am I going to do during this fight? I could actually get 3 off if I somehow had the opportunity to do so. So assuming that I even have the opportunity and time to cast Golden Bow against a boss, I think 3, it lasts 45 seconds. There's no way that this fight is going to... We can do this with 8 flasks. I'll take the random souls from some deer falling off the map. Let's rest, refill our stuff. We're going full Crimson Flask here. Full Crimson Flask. Now, it is worth noting that we can fight on horseback if we so choose. With that said, I don't know. Horseback fighting does not feel always the most natural to me. It felt really natural and almost necessary against... Funny enough, the flying dragon Agiel. But that really was the only fight where I thought it was like an actual, a real boost to your survivability in that fight. Now, maybe that's the case with the Dragonkin Soldier, because the other option that we have is to go spells, right? Spells could be a thing. We are in water. We are against a dragon, Dragonkin. They're supposed to be weak to lightning, correct? So ultimately, we might fall back to lightning spears and just go with a more dedicated magic build while staying on horseback. But I kind of want to stick with the Golden Halberd. I'm curious what I changed, if anything, because why is that? Now that's showing the X on... Is it because it now thinks I'm one-handed? Does it make a difference if I get on Torrent two-handed? Or is this just a quirk in the Elden Ring system? We're going to have to test that out at some point. What I do want to do is I want to pick up my runes, but I also want to apply my shit before I go in. So we're going to do... I also have pickled turtleneck, actually, that I should probably take. Let's do this. And let's do this. And this may be too far away. He doesn't actually wake up until we get much, much, much closer. Oh, I actually reapplied that by accident. No, I didn't. Never mind. Charge attacks, maybe not a good idea. Did a lot less damage than I thought it would. That's what I forgot to do was my trickle heal. That's what I forgot. That's why my FP... I did accidentally double apply the Golden Bow. Ooh, okay, that backswing is... That backswing is... that hurts. I did not apply my shit in the right order there. I also... what else did I do wrong? I'm going with charge attacks. Well, not charge attacks. I'm just going with R2 attacks. Which is probably not the best idea. I think we need to stick with something else. I also have to remember that I can guard. One of the things I can do with the Golden Halberd is I can just guard to just prevent some level of damage. It actually has like 60% damage, physical damage reduction, so it may not be a bad idea. It does consume stamina if we guard. Okay, let's try to actually get all our ducks in a row this time. We're gonna do, let's see, what's the order that I want to do here? We want to go with this guy, this guy, it does let me target different body parts. Which is probably a good idea for us to focus on the legs if we can. If he'll let us. He's got some Ow. My roll was not back in time. Dang it. Why did I press L2 there? He's missing on that backswing, which is lucky for us. Fortunate for us. He's got the second swing. That's a second swing. Can't just drink. Oh, there's a headshot. Okay, he is like gearing up. I'm not recognizing us. We need to learn the patterns here. There's maybe a little bit of me that should just back off, not be super. I'm trying to stay aggressive as best I can when I'm first facing an enemy, but there's also something to be said about just hanging back and trying to decipher enemy patterns a little bit more. At first, the very first time we faced him, I had gotten this, it looked like he was kind of a one and done sort of boss, but of course, because his moves, he had the one big swing that we dodged, and then it looked like we had an opening to attack a couple times. But I think we just got lucky. It does feel like most of his moves do have at least 2 attacks that you have to worry about. So let's try to decipher those patterns. Let's try to figure it out. Like that one right there is what I think I saw at first. And so I got this idea that, oh, he's just going to have one move and then he's done. I thought I was going to be... I thought I had delayed my roll. It would be nice if we could get some headshots. Shit. I have sort of forgotten about guard counters. Since we've gone no shield, I have not been thinking about guard counters. But that should be a thing, right? Okay. that can be a technique that we employ. It's not nearly as safe as it is behind a shield. And in that case, I just didn't roll at the right time on the follow-up attack. I wasn't necessarily... I was talking about doing... I was definitely talking about doing guard counters there, but I wasn't necessarily trying to do it that exact move. I was kind of like wanting to roll. I can apply stuff on horseback, right? Except for my golden vow. That's the only thing I can't do. It's fine. It's fine. We'll keep doing the way that we've been doing it here. It's fine. Although I am noticing that, you know, the golden halberd, it's cool, but it also might just be better for us to, you know, go with just good old lightning bolts. They might be way more effective in terms of damage and also allowing us to stay at range. Because he has some pretty painful attacks. Jump attacks are pretty good, though. Jump attacks do a nice bit of damage. Especially if you can hit the head. Okay, that might be a strat. It's can be a little tough to hit him in the head, though, sometimes. He likes to have follow-ups. He likes to do one move and then sort of swipe back. Where was my roll? Out of stamina? I was hoping he would duck into my jump attack there. Okay, that's not a bad pattern for us. If we could get him to keep repeating that, I'm okay with that. Whoa, what is this? Oh, phase 2? Oh, shit. We got to phase 2 finally. And he's going berserk. Oh my god. This guy. Ah! It's good. We're fine. We're fine. There was supposed to be a roll there. I might be getting out of stamina. Third attack? Yes. Haha. I saw it coming. God damn it. I must be getting out of stamina. I'm gonna need a heal here at some point. Please heal. Please heal, not crouch. Rolled way too early. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. What the fuck? Need to back up for a second here. Hold on. Hold on. I should have drank. I should have drank. I need you to attack me now so I can drink. I love it when we get jump attacks on you. It's going berserk again on us. Trying to go berserk. It's not really a huge berserk. It's not... He doesn't have a lot of sustain, you know. He kind of, He gets tired out easily. Yo, that was a great enemy felled. Oh, baby. Whoa. Out of my game, Dragonkin Soldier. That was a good use of a foul foot. And that was a great enemy fell. That was actually a boss. Holy shit. And we get a Dragon Halberd as the reward. I love the sound of that, and I love that art that I see in the thumbnail. Dude, okay. That was fun. That was so much fun. That felt like a very classic Dark Souls boss. That one did not, there wasn't anything super crazy about that boss. It also could help that we're maybe leveled appropriately to take on that boss. It didn't feel too, it wasn't one-shotting us, but it was definitely doing some significant damage. It was a decent boss. I had fun. My heart is racing a little bit. It's not going at full speed here, but definitely it got the juices flowing, taking down the Dragonkin Soldier. I hope it's called Dragonkin Soldier. Did I get that right? Dragon Halberd. Dragon Halberd. Can we wield this? Yo. We're only a couple points in strength away from just naturally wielding it. It does not scale with faith, however. That is a big drawback from the Golden Halberd. But let's check it out. It has the Spinning Slash, which we have seen on a few other weapons. I think we've seen it on, yep, the Knight Rider Glaive. Halberd shaped like a dragon, enwreathed with both ice and lightning. Alas, the Dragonkin soldiers never attained immortality and perished as decrepit, pale imitations of their skyborn kin. Decrepit, pale imitations. That was a fun fight, and now we have some runes to level up. We actually have a perfect amount of runes to level up with. Let's just quickly check around this this boss arena, because I do see an item over here. It's another dragon-related boss that allowed us to fight it on horseback, similar to the Flying Dragon Agiel. And so it may have been even quicker. It may have been, the Dragonkin Soldier may have met an even quicker demise if we had just stuck with lightning bolts on horseback. But I had fun. I'm having fun playing with the halberd, and I kind of just, like I've said before, there's something that just feels classic Dark Souls when you're just, you know, you're standing in front of the big old enemy, going toe to toe, rolling through the attacks. It just feels right. Marika's Scar Seal. We have another Scar Seal now. Marika's Scar Seal. I love these pickups that we're getting. This is so interesting. We now have Radagon's Scar Seal. And now we have Marika's Scar Seal. Oh, shit. There's the little logo or insignia in the middle of the what looks like an eyeball. And on Marika's, it kind of makes it looks like the summoning pool thingy that doesn't mean anything to us because we're playing offline. So this also raises attributes, but increases damage taken. It just increases. That is really fascinating. Radagon's Scar Seal raises vigor, endurance, strength, dexterity, quality build. Marika's Scar Seal raises mind, intelligence, faith, arcane. Totally a casting build. Really interesting. An eye engraved with an Elden rune, similar to Radagon's, said to be the seal of Queen Marika. Right, and okay, King Consort. So regardless of whatever went on with between Marika and Godfrey, I think I'm kind of speculating that they were married or that they were king and queen, lord and queen. That may not be true. But we definitely know that King Consort. Let me just remind myself here. What exactly is a King consort. Like I sort of have an idea because that term was used, I think, in Game of Thrones. But what is a king consort? The husband of a reigning queen. Unlike a reigning king who holds sovereign power, a king consort does not have the same political or ruling authority. His role is generally ceremonial and supportive, accompanying the queen on official duties and representing the monarchy at various functions. Right. So they are definitely married, but it's kind of like, yeah, you're not really a king. But either way, so raises mind, intelligence, faith, and arcane, but also increases damage taken. These seals represent the lifelong duty of those chosen by the gods. Really cool. So the queen and the king consort each have their own scar seal. We found Radagon's scar seal was being kept by this random, what was it, the ancient hero of Zamor? Or whatever that guy that was being trapped in the Everjail. This one we find behind a waterfall next to the Eternal City, question mark? What importance, if any, does that have? All right, we really should level up, but I just wanted to explore around a little bit more here. Doesn't seem like there's going to be anything too ridiculously dangerous. Ghost Glovewort 5. Wow. Anything too ridiculously dangerous? Let's turn on our lantern. After you've beaten the boss room around, usually not, you would not expect to hold any transporter traps or any other thing that would potentially put your hard-earned runes in danger. I think there was I remember seeing a crimson scarab over here. I suppose there could be giant crabs. There is more to explore. I see some claymen over there, and I think we had seen some claymen in this part of the, through this archway. So let's go spend our runes, and then we will come back up here and finish exploring this plateau. As much as I just want to spend my runes, and I will sleep a little bit easier. We're obviously not sleeping as we're exploring, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want to carry around 20k plus runes while I'm exploring. Let's just level up. I think we're going to level Faith. Because I think 27 Faith, we need to get to 27 Faith so we can use more spells. And it's cool now that not with this point in Faith, we don't get any boost to our armament. Our golden halberd. But even if we level in strength, we don't get a boost. I think this is because this is showing us the, our one-handed stats, which are kind of nerfed. Because if we don't have the natural strength requirements. We need to get to 27 Faith, though, for the spells that we've tried out. We've been able to try out those Crucible spells, and I think there's also a seal that we... is it the Godslayer seal that we've not been able to use up to this point? So we've got some things to shoot for. I do want to level mine some more at some point because we need to get more FP. But let's try to go for 27 Faith in the short term. That feels decent. We could use some more Vigor as well, I'm sure. How much do we get from each of those, just out of curiosity? We get 29 from Vigor, which is kind of in line with what we've been getting all along, and 5 points in FP. Those are kind of... I would imagine the soft gap's going to be somewhere around 40, if Dark Souls is any indication. So let's just put that point into Faith, and we'll get to 27 and see where we go from there. And now we can kind of start to be a little bit more thorough in our exploration. Try to start being more thorough in our exploration of the Siofra River. I think there is a torch to light there. We've got this overall objective that we have not been, we haven't been at the riverbank, and so the overall objective of lighting those torches has been neglected. by us not being here. So we're back. And it's time to explore. And pick up so much Dew-Kissed Herba. And this time, we will pick up this loot. The Dappled Cured Meat. Dappled Cured Meat. Can I please get this off my screen? And can I please dismount toward so I can go through the sending gate? And I will read the Dappled Cured Meat and see what benefit we can gain. Another type of cured meat. Dappled Cured Meat. Temporarily boosts immunity, robustness, and focus. Okay, so the immunizing gives us immunity. Checks out. This one also gives us immunity, but I think it lasts longer. So the white cured versions give you a longer effect. This one does all three, but maybe doesn't it doesn't boost each individual one as much as the dedicated. Because I think we also have in our item crafting we have this invigorating, which boosts robustness. So there's these specialized ones, which I'm guessing, we'd have to science this out, but I'm guessing that this would provide like more boost to your robustness than the one that we just picked up. But this boosts 3 different attributes, so it's similar to some of those, you know, like the the rainbow speckled ring, whatever the speckled ring that you would get in Dark Souls that kind of boosts all of your poison and curse resist and whatever across the board. I think you know what I mean. All right, so we are back here. We don't know what is going on with this spot up here. Is this going to be another place that we can warp to, similar to how we got here? We just need to find the appropriate sending gate. Well, we need to explore up on this plateau. I think we've checked around here previously, but let's just give it another once over to be sure. But I think we need to check in these spots with all the, yeah, we got the loot over here. We need to check in where the clay dudes are hanging out. Did we try to climb up here? There's not really... This is the end of the road. Nowhere to go past here. There are so many tiny crabs hanging around. There's got to be a big crab somewhere, right? Now, okay. What I wanted to try... Ooh, there's one of those... Potentially another sorcery guardian scarab. What I wanted to try, though, is not my golden halberd, but I wanted to see how the Flame of Frenzy does against these guys. Although these guys are not packed that tightly. That did nothing. It didn't even hardly hit any of you, but it also just didn't do any damage. So the fact that it is an AoE spell... Okay, the Golden Halberd, on the other hand. The Golden Halberd... It has... the Golden Halberd... Its big advantage is that it knocks you guys out of your attacks. If we're using the right... Like, if we're using a jump attack. And I like the jump attack has, like, the cleave effect to it. Oh, there's a guy casting sorcery. It's the bubble attack. Okay. I was a little worried at first. Since we were still kind of at half health, I was just expecting to be able to take this slow and get my trickle heal. I did not reapportion my flask, I just realized. We'll try to get that fixed soon enough here. Well, let's deal with these guys first. They are still pretty tanky. Even with the fact that we are doing a bit better damage against them with the golden halberd, they are still very fucking tanky. They are annoying as hell to deal with. Damn it. Damn it. That bubble's still going. How long does that thing last? Holy shit. Okie doke. I have no way to refill my FP. So we're stuck with the regular old golden halberd here. And we do get another sorcery. The Great Oracular Bubble? As in, like, oracle being, like, the underlying word, the root word. Is that what am I deciphering that properly? Oracular Bubble. Launches a large magic bubble. Got it. You really got to go the int arcane route to get these bubbles. If you want to blow some bubbles, make sure you're not just smart, but also arcane. Sorcery of the Claimant, who served as priest of the ancient dynasty, produces a gigantic magic bubble that drifts towards foes before it naturally ruptures. Charging increases the delay before the bubble pops. The Claimants search for lost oracles within their bubbles. Yeah, it's all about those oracles. And like I said before, who am I to judge? What do I know? Maybe the bubbles are really where it's at. That is a somber smithing stone 5, which I think is our first. I think that is the first level 5 of the somber variety that we picked up. So if we wanted to, I think we could get our golden halberd up to level 5 now. It's only at level 3 because I did not want to yet use one of my only 2 2 somber smithing stones level 4. Still uncomfortable, kind of. I think maybe the trick with horseback riding is going to be to abandon camera lock, because it just kind of doesn't feel quite right. The way that it loops you around the characters. You kind of need to. What in the hell? How did I get hit there? They were gearing up some attacks that I was not ready for, apparently. Like, even without camera lock, I'm still not doing this super well. But it may be a better way to go than what I had been trying to do with. Dude, there are so many of these fucking guys. We're definitely getting our attacks feel, you know, less effective on horseback, but I think that's simply because we are. I don't exactly know. All I know is that sometimes we see the red X. Like if I were to switch to my, maybe we could do a little bit of science here. So if let's say I hit these guys with an R1. 234. 234. If I now switch over to my casting, my seal, and then I switch back, now that I have the X, what happens? 124. The game is giving us some sort of, I don't know, how do I get back to, like, I think I'd have to dismount in order to, like, get back to two-handed. It's a little weird. This is it feels like a quirk in the system. I also realized that I did not turn off my air conditioner after I took a little break, so give me just a second to turn that thing off. All right. AC dealt with. The AC is nice, but it's a little bit of added noise that makes the mic sound a little weird. As I get resituated here back into my comfort zone. Okay, We're learning some things, or at least we're learning a little bit of the quirks of going two-handed on horseback. And that we get, we do a lot better. We do a lot better if we are able to stay, quote-unquote, two-handed. There are still so many of these guys, and they are so freaking annoying because they take forever to kill, but I am going to kill all of them. They don't even give that much. Well, they give 329 runes, I guess, a piece, which is not nothing. It's just, I think I'm just going to go off horseback. That's... Torrent is cool, but oh my god. How did that happen? I don't quite understand how that all happened. There was somebody that was attacking me clearly that I didn't realize. Like, they have their spears. Did I get, like, skewered with a spear that I didn't even notice? That must have been it. Like, they did their skewer, they stabbed me and then, like, pulled it back. Suppose I could put them on one of my daggers if I wanted to, like, drain some FP. But I feel like we're going to be done with this little plateau. We're already up to 10k runes again. We're going to be done with this little plateau. And then we'll go back and respec our flasks for normal exploration once we are done with this little section here. A golden rune 7, not bad. So I think the rest of what is up here is just a bunch of crabs, and a bunch of birds. Is there something back here? Is there a little hidey hole? Ooh, hold on. Hold on a second. Can I get a foul? I do get a four-toed foul foot to replace the one that I used against the Dragonkin. Nice. There is a little bit of loot hanging out here as well. Some dragon wound grease. Look at that. I totally forgot that this was a thing. I don't think we can use it with our golden halberd, but it is something maybe we can use with one of our Uchigatanas. Or maybe both of our, probably, well, at this point, both of our Uchigatanas, but I'm thinking ahead to when we throw on our Sacred Blade, Ash of War. I think that will prevent us at that point from using... It is similar. I don't know if we've done this on camera or if I've tested this off camera, but one way or another, we are not allowed to apply fire grease or blood grease, or I would presume dragon wound grease to armaments that have, like the golden halberd that has a holy damage component or any other elemental damage, just like Dark Souls. And probably just like Demon Souls. I have not played Demon Souls, but I'm guessing at this point the FromSoft games have enough in common that once you've played... Oh, really? Come on, Torrent. Once you have played one of them, well, you really haven't played them all, but there are enough similarities in the weapon mechanics that you will definitely feel a level of familiarity. Don't need that scarab. And I think that does it. I think that does it for this. Well, I take that back. There was actually this area down here. There was this area, which we did not explore yet. Does this just lead back down to the bottom? I had been assuming that this was a plateau that was kind of like the only way to get up here was going to be that sending gate. It feels like we're going to have a giant crab to deal with here. We haven't had a giant crab so far up on the plateau. Feels like they're going to throw one at us here pretty soon. We do, however, have a new crafting material, formic rock. It is a crafting material found near Ainsel River and other places where giant ants live. We have been briefly introduced. Very brief introduction to Ainsel River. And we did see the giant ants. Rock formed from solidified giant ant venom. Highly acidic. Material used for crafting items. Does that mean there are giant ants around here? Hello? Is that what that... There's quite a bit of it, actually. Is that... I'm not immediately seeing any giant ants in the vicinity. Another Golden Rune 7. Was half expecting there to be something that jumped out of the waterfall at me. Not this time. I had been wondering about this. The fact that it looks like there's a lava or a magma. This section kind of has that feel to it. Is that supposed to be formic rock up there? Why does it form where there are giant ants? What the hell's up with that? All right, well, I'm not seeing any ants, which is, you know, a good thing. I am, however, I think, seeing a golden seed. That is a very good thing as well. No giant ants to ruin our day just yet, and I do think that we might have a third golden seed. We also have a level 4 ghost glovewort. It's going to be time for us to level up Leyndell here pretty soon. Now, can we fall down? Can we safely fall down? We should be able to fall down here, right? This feels like a fall that we can make. I don't know. Is it better to fall without torrent? There's some silly fall science perhaps to be done eventually. We are going to, I think, be getting a golden seed. And that is hype. I'm not so hype that we are already at the level where it takes 3 golden seeds for us to get another flask. Random goat hanging out back here. Why am I dismounting? Golden seed, though. I think I'm on edge. I'm still on edge. I'm not completely of the belief that ants are not going to pop out of somewhere unexpectedly, because we the folic rock. I am seeing some rats over there, though. Okay, maybe not giant ants. We got some rats. We got some followers, and we still got plenty of these torches to light, because, man, there's so much of this lower area that we have yet to explore. First things first, though. Golden seed time. Cool. That is very, very good. So we are over on, man, we are actually very close to this tower, aren't we? Well, now I kind of just want to explore in this direction. I'm hoping they're going to give us a Site of Grace. Although I suppose this Site of Grace is not that far back. So warping back to here would not be like the worst thing ever. Now that we have, we've passed the point of no return in terms of the sending gate ledge. So now maybe it makes sense for us. Maybe it makes sense for us. I'm kind of annoyed that I don't have cerulean flasks. That's the real deal here. And the question is, do I want to keep pushing forward? If there were a Site of Grace nearby, then that would make the decision a lot easier. So let's just look around a little bit more scouting. Just to see, before I decide to go back and reapportion all the flasks. There does appear to be some path over here leading to something. Ooh, maybe a lot more of something than just a single piece of loot, because I see like what appears to be a cave entrance. Well, there is a single piece of loot. in a very sus, a very sus little cave here. Oh boy. Maybe it is a single piece of loot, but there's got to be something more to the story here. This is ambush central, right? Like I was proactively wincing there in anticipation. Okay, we get a rune arc, and I just felt like there was something gonna come like falling through the cave ceiling. Okay, a rune arc. I'll take it. I'll take it. We definitely are starting to get... We're up to 9 rune arcs, and we know there are several to find at least at the vendor back at the hold. I don't remember right now if there were any to find at other vendors. But we may be at the point where it might be fun or even useful to just use a rune arc while we're exploring. Because I really hate the idea of using rune arcs on bosses. Like, you have to be at a point where you're very, very close to killing the boss. Otherwise, you're just getting such little usage out of what is a pretty rare item as of now. It's not incredibly rare, but it's rare enough where I don't just want to be using it the first time that I run into a boss and just immediately dying. But using it while you are exploring an area for the first time, that might be a different story, because there are many less instant death or imminent death opportunities during the course of exploration. We're going to explore a little bit farther and at least light this torch. It's just, our build is a little bit hamstrung when it doesn't have FP. So, we'll make do. I don't need to use a strong attack against the rats, though. What am I doing? Oh my god. Really? Really? Okay, I did not expect the rats to be hitting that hard. I underestimated the rats. Never underestimate the goddamn rats. Okay, well, I got my wish. We're back at the site of grace, so we get to not just reapportion flasks, but finally add a charge to them. Let's get those flasks up to 9, shall we? 3 golden seeds it is. That is the new asking price, which we will pay. We will pay that. We will pay that price, and now I will feel better about having 9 flasks and also going back to having several cerulean flasks. 5-4 sounds like a good number to start with, and I think I like my setup still. I think I like things that I've got. I did equip this Frenzied Burst because it did feel like it might be a good spell to try again, give another shot here in the Siofra River with the enemies that are much tougher. We didn't try it against the Claymen. We briefly tried the Flame of Frenzy, and it didn't seem to do very much. Maybe we need to experiment with that a little bit more. But who knows? Frenzy may not be the most effective school of magic. It could be the Black Flame. Have we tried fire spells against them? We'll figure it out. The first thing we need to figure out, though, is how to get back to our runes. Turn on our lantern here. That was such a silly death. Those deaths are the ones that annoy me the most. Dying to the Dragonkin Soldier, like, that's just part of, you know, that's just part of the Dark Souls experience. You die to a boss, you learn, you get better, and that's just how it goes. Let's try this this Frenzied Burst. But then you're like, oh, it's just some rats. Just some goddamn rats. Let's take them out real quick. Nope. Ooh, pretty good. If you don't miss, it's pretty good. right, so the charge frenzied burst, 2 of them seem to do the trick, or 2 of them seem to would be enough to take care of one of these guys, but you do need to charge. You do need to charge them up. Do I want to? I think we are. Let's just go again. Because I think the problem here is that I'm going to be out of, yeah, I'm out of enough. Well, that was great. The Golden Halberd does pretty well against them as well. So maybe we just stick with that. I want to try out all my stuff, all my toys, all my different spells. It's part of the game. It's fun. Wait a second. Wait a second. Did I just see the deer? I think it's the deer making that noise. What the hell? Also, there's a loot here that I almost missed. That deer, I just happened to glance over to the side, and that deer... Oh my god. Please, latency. Do that again. Well, now it's seen me. Now it's put on the spot. I think it might be the deer making that noise. It sounds like a bird noise. But that thing, it sounded so close, and the mouth opened like at exactly the right time. Yo, a backstab from the Golden Halberd. A backstab from the Golden Halberd one-shots those dudes. That was without the Golden Vow. That was sick. Awesome. All right. So we are exploring. There's a giant crab here, but I think what we're going to do is we've done this plateau. We've taken out the Dragonkin Soldier. We explored back over here. We explored. Yeah, we explored the whole plateau, and then we made our way down up over here. Now there is this plateau where our runes are at, and I'm not totally sure if we can get up to that from here. I think based on the lines that I'm seeing on the map, it looks like we can't like go like straight here. We'd have to like make our way around to the side and then backing up. So let's do that though. We're not making a beeline for our runes. We're gonna hope and pray that our combat acumen will keep us alive on the way to getting back our 11k runes. We got some dwelling arrows. There is that scarab out there on a very, very sus open area. But let's take out... This is potentially an incantation scarab. Or an Ash of War scarab. I wonder if those guys up on the ledge are gonna see us. An Ash of War. We got the square off. The square off Ash of War. Very cool. I think we know what that one's about. We'll check it out just to be sure. Just always cover all our bases. Be thorough. Yep. Starts with the sword held high up. It's a very standard like short sword, maybe even like broadsword skill. Saw this in DS3. Which I should play around more with. One of the many Ashes of War that look cool to play around with. Although it feels... There's a sending gate here, which we're going to mark. To come back to. Marker, please. That's our sending gate marker. Cool. I said it feels cool, but realistically, the square off feels like it's a good skill. I have used it a few times in DS3, but it doesn't, it doesn't feel like it has the same allure as like Sacred Blade, or at least to me. Stuff like Golden Vow, Sacred Blade, like it feels so much cooler. I'm gonna go for my runes. I'm gonna see if I can get to my runes. I think we are high enough now where I can actually just get up to them. So let's actually make a beeline now for the runes. Let's get the runes back. I can't make my way through two little deer. The two little deer there that were blocking my way. Oh my god. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try. Really? That does not one-shot you. Fuck me. How do I not get a one-shot? Actually, we're gonna be smart about this. We're gonna be smart. Do I need Frenzy Burst or do I? Oh, actually, Flame of Frenzy might be best. This might be the better way to go. Oh, much better way to go. If you're not an absolute dingus and you actually play Elden Ring, you can take out the rats very easily. It's not hard. Just remember, kids, don't be a dingus. Ooh, I love that neither one of you notice that I'm sneaking up, even when the other one gets backstabbed. Ooh, we got a fur raiment and a great horn hammer. Okay, holy shit, we're getting stuff. We are getting things. We're gonna like this in just a second, but let's read the stuff we picked up. Because now we have another piece in the first set here, I think. Fur raiment. Let's just try it on real quick for size. Ooh, huh. We could really kind of get into more of like, instead of a samurai, more of a holy barbarian look. That's not bad. That is not a bad... It looks so much better on us than it does on the followers, if I do say so. That, I don't know. You know, the followers... It's hard to... it's hard to dress up. Some people just, you know, don't... It doesn't matter what clothing that you put on them. The followers might be one of those people. We're going to keep going with the... I like the... This right here, this screen, and the fact that it's like blue on every number almost. We're just getting a slight diminishment. We're losing a little bit of resistance in some key categories. And of course, we're putting on a whole bunch of extra weight. That's the big downside here with the Banished Knight armor. But we get so much damage negation from it. I could be overestimating that, but I like the damage negation to balance out the Scar Seal that we have on. Either way, let's check out the fur raiment, worn by ancestral follower warriors, fashioned from a bristly pelt. The ancestral followers keep their distance from the Erd Tree, awaiting new buds. They are certain to sprout from their very flesh and indeed their souls. I think that's similar to the... Yeah, it's basically the same as the fur leggings. And we picked up a weapon as well, right? Was it a hammer? I think it was a hammer, but it kind of looks a little bit like a scythe. But it is a great hammer. Great horn hammer, even. Barbaric roar. We've seen that on many different maces and hammers. Huge, thick horn carved with tree ring-like markings, adapted into a bludgeoning weapon, wielded by ancestral follower warriors. The ancient horn is imbued with the power of ancestral spirits. A small amount of HP is restored upon defeating an enemy. It's almost like a trickle heal. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. But it doesn't scale with faith. Sag. All right, great horn hammer get. And let's light our... Is this our third flame? Third flame? I believe this is flame number 3. I want to say we are a long ways away from the staircase going to the... Oh, what was that called? What was that called? I forget now. And it does not tell us on the map. Something about horns? Or is this? No, it's right here. Hollow Horn Grounds. They do tell us. The Hollow Horn Grounds. Hallowed. Hallow as in holy, I think is kind of the meaning of hallow. Like hallowed ground. Okay, let us... Now, there was also, I think, we saw the sending gate that we marked. We're going to check that out eventually. But I sort of took a sidetrack here from the path that I was following this way because I just wanted to make sure we got our runes. But there is another flame to light over here. As well as some rats to pick off. I want to say, if I were to do the charged lightning spear... Never mind. Okay. I thought for a second that the charged lightning spear was going to attract the attention of the followers, but it does not. We don't even need it to kill the... Wait, how do I... There, that's how I crouch. We don't even need it to kill the rats. We don't need the charged lightning bolt. Oh, I forgot. The whole point of doing that was to light the flame. Dear flame. Number 4. Okay. Okay. There is also a scarab here somewhere, I think. There is a scarab. It's just a crimson scarab. But we'll kill it. Because... why not? Holy shit. We got skewered. Why am I going with the strong attacks against these guys? Why am I going with... There are so many rats. There are so many rats. Back it up here. There's also dwelling arrows that could potentially... I want to get my blessings boon. I'm such a greedy motherfucker that I'm like, if I drink a crimson flask, even if I'm at full right now, I won't get a full drink. What is wrong with me? Why am I like this? Why am I like this, y'all? Oh, the followers are still coming. They coming. Golden Vow time. What are you doing? What are you doing? You are... Whoa! Okay, that's a move. I don't think I've seen you do that before. So you all... Oh my god. Okay, we are gonna drink now. We're gonna drink now. Yee! These motherfuckers gotten some new moves. The followers. Always learning and growing, huh? Improving, developing new moves. I would not have taken the followers as you know, big on the whole, you know, personal growth and improvement. For some reason, I had this idea in my mind that that guy fucking still got a hit on me. I had this wild idea that I was going to I had this wild idea. I should have just freaking drank my flask. I thought that the guy shooting the arrows, the dwelling arrows, was one of the guys that charged at me. I thought, oh, I aggroed that guy. And so I don't have to worry about him anymore. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, let's throw on the golden vow. And then we're going to drink a flask. And we're gonna try to go get Mr. Arrow. Dwelling arrow motherfucker here. Holy shit, why is your aim so good? I'm fully aware of the fact that there is another fucker over here. Okay. Sure. I had a feeling I was gonna lose the camera lock. Yeah, come on, bring it on. There we go. Backstabbed. Backstab time. Get the fuck out of here with your dumbass dwelling arrows. They're not so dumb, actually. You have pretty good accuracy. Pretty good aim with those fucking things. One more stupid... Oh, no, it's not just one. There's still so many of you fuckers. What the hell? You guys, you don't have any problems with ants, but you sure definitely have a big old problem with fucking rats. Somebody needs to call the rat exterminator. I guess that's me. I guess when you gotta get something done, you gotta do it yourself. There is loot over here. A sliver of meat. 3 slivers of meat. Oof. Okay, man. This area is turning out to be more hairy than I would have anticipated. Oh, it looks like there's some more... What the hell was this stuff called? Formic rock. Formic rock. A whole bunch of it right here. Whole bunch of formic rock. Still no ants. I do see some loot over here. Golden Rune 4. No, like, ridiculously major loot. Just lots of little things to help fill up your piggy bank, fill up your bones, stash, refill those beast livers, all sorts of other stuff. Lots of deer to hunt. Lots of dew-kissed herba to pick up. And we did light a couple flames. So we've lit, I think, 4 flames now. And we are making our way to... This is the other thing that I have not taken a look at in some time. Let's make sure we're not getting sniped by any dwelling arrows here before I pop out my telescope. But this tower is fucking upside down, isn't it? This is an upside down tower. How does that work? It really feels like, just by the way that it looks on the map, it is octagon shaped. It is an octagonal? What's the word? It has 8 sides, just like question mark. I want to say the Divine Towers out here. Is that a am I making something up right now? This looks like it has 8 sides. And what about this one here? Looks like 8 sides to me. So, have we found another Divine Tower? Why do I always press the map button instead of the start? Start takes us out of the menu, back to real life. Okay, enough telescoping. There's a site of grace here. What the fuck? Yo, why is there no... I've not been here before, have I? Why was there not the big swirly, you know, the thing that lets you know there's a site of grace nearby? Why was that not a thing? Hello? Has it not been a thing underground? Is that... I might have to go check my footage from the first time we came here. But were the other sites of grace like this? This one definitely did not have, like, the swirling... What do you call them? The particles of grace, the golden particles, to guide you. Below the well. Below the well. What's going on here? Below the well. I was expecting... Well, expecting's a strong word. I had a suspicion that there was going to be something Divine Tower related. An abandoned campsite. Bluffwort 3. What is going on here? I love the textureless edges of an environment. the signs that you have reached the end of the level, or the boundary of the level. This isn't quite Hunter's Nightmare, looking out into the pillars off in the foggy distance here. The starry expanse, though, is so cool, but you can also see, you can make out the cave wall. I love this design, and I want to know, there's got to be some lore that tells us what's going on with the luminescent or starry, light-pocked rock face, cave facing. Ambush. A clarifying horn charm. This is a talisman, aka charm. Clarifying horn charm. You want to clarify some things for me? Raises focus. There you go. Raises vitality. We have one that raises vitality. Although I don't know if we know yet what death is. Although I will say, after editing last episode's footage, we did have the blurb on Leyndell's description talking about wields a lance enrobed in death, capital D. Her lance has that really cool effect that we had seen before when we fought, I don't know, maybe we fought her outside of the Black Knife Catacombs, but the same similar sort of weapon. No, that guy had a great sword, didn't he? That guy had a great sword. Or gal. But it was enrobed in what I thought was like a lightning effect. Enwreathed in a lightning effect. But this may be death. I'm trying to think. We did get hit by that guy once, didn't we? But we got one shot, I think. Well, we got hit a couple times. I think we died a couple times to that guy. But I'm not sure if there was a status thing that showed up on the screen. Which is what I'm expecting. Like, the effects of death should be another status ailment. Just like madness. Sidetrack. Bring back the focus, literally and figuratively, to the clarifying horn charm. We have charm that raises robustness, vitality, and now focus. An accoutrement worn by the ancestral followers. I love that word. These are all, I guess, not this one. This is also an accoutrement. This was also worn by the ancestral followers. We did find this out in Liurnia. The stalwart horn charm. This one raises focus, which governs resistance to sleep and madness. Oh, it also sleep. Are we going to be getting our first encounter with sleepy time enemies? Said to be a budding horn, the ancestral followers believe that the horns of a long-lived beast continue to bud like antlers over and over again until the beast one day becomes an ancestral spirit. That is exactly the same text as this guy. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool artwork on both of these. I like this one. All right. So we have an option to boost our focus. We really need more talisman slots. Holy shit. Also, we're going to need some more stone sword keys. Because I see a stone sword key statue that appears to accept 2. It has 2 flames, and it's going to take 2 stone sword keys, is it not? Does that mean this elevator doesn't work? Before I step on that, let me just look around the platform just to make sure there's no loot corpses hiding over these little ledges or any other little tidbits that they have hidden on us. These are really cool fucking candle holders. I love the look of these. I also like smashing things. 2 things can be true at once. Yeah, in order to activate this lift, you need 2 stone sword keys. Interesting. I have 14k runes right now. I don't feel like... knowing that things like the Fringe Folk Hero's Grave were locked behind 2 stone sword keys, we're gonna just chill on this one for a moment. But I am so intrigued. I definitely... this is very, 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 very tempting But we now have a site of grace, right? We have a site of grace that is nearby, so we can come right back here, easy peasy, and try it out as soon as we have been able to liberate ourselves from this somewhat more than minor burden of souls, aka runes. For now, we're just going to keep exploring the rest of this area before we ride that elevator and see if we can find some more flames to light. I kind of want to just head back. First of all, head back to... Oh, there's this sending gate as well. So we have 2 sending gates to try still. We have this one. We leave that one marked, even though we've sort of explored it. But we have this one that we did not take either. And I'm guessing that one of them is going to take us maybe out here to, or maybe here. I'm not sure where it is exactly, but we saw there was a Crucible Knight, right? And I have a feeling that at least one of these sending gates is going to take us over to fight that dude. So I don't want to... Not that I'm, like, super scared of Crucible Knights at this point. We've gotten a lot of experience against them, but you know, there's still a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of trepidation at taking them on. Let's check on this big crab, though. That is not how you fight. Why do I always do that with the L1? I do it. This dragonfly is trying to sneak up on us. I saw you. I saw you, motherfucker. Okay. I see a ladder going up to some scaffolding. I totally had not seen that scaffolding before. So basically everything to the, like this, if we drew a line through here, through this side of grace and the other pillars that are kind of above us, this, to the south of that is where we need to explore. To the south and also to the north of this. I feel like we have explored, maybe we've explored this area. I'm not totally sure, but I think we like explored here and we explored up into this area. We lit a flame, but there's this whole area here and then whatever is up here, like there's a whole bunch of business still to go through. So let's get to it. Let's start. Let's see if we can figure out what the hell is going on with the rest of this area. And try not to get ganged up on by... Oh, there's a torch up here. Okay, well, that was easy. Well, I say easy. Dude, okay, the sound came from this pack of deers. I have a feeling that the deers are making those noises. I have a feeling. I want to take this guy on with the halberd, though. Huh? It's because I'm not two-handed, goddammit. I'm gonna die to this guy. Oh, he's using the hammer. He is using that, the Great Horn Hammer, isn't he? I see it now. I don't know if we had faced against one of those guys before. Probably have faced off against one that had the Great Horn. That's so weird to me, though, that the, wait a second, what is going on with the... Okay, there's some... Give me my telescope. Dude, that is so funny looking. All the little... I don't think we've ever figured out what to call these guys. The little kangaroo rats or some shit. Or are these a different creature altogether than the ones that are out in Limgrave? But they're all just like, I don't know, are they waiting to be fed? They're waiting for this dude to finish foraging. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let's take this guy out. Let's get our Trina's Lily. There's a whole bunch of deer and of course the... It's gotta be one of these deer that's making that noise, isn't it? It's gotta be. Because that was like right behind us. Alright, I could be making shit up. We need to keep digging into this theory and see if we can You all cornered yourselves, though. My goodness. I'll take the free bones and budding horn. All right. Flame number 5? Question mark? Flame number 5. I'm trying to, like, catch one of them in the act of making this sound. But it's hard to do, because I'm not sure if they make the noise once you get close to them. I don't know. I don't know. That was so funny with these. They were all waiting for food. That's exactly what they were doing. Amazing. Love it. Oh, we got octopi. We got octopi. Giddy giddy. Let's go up here. Well, actually, this could be... This actually has a few different levels of scaffolding. So let's... We have the ability to summon. So that's what we're going to do. If it's given us the ability to summon, we're going to summon. Excuse me. I'm trying to take advantage of the knowledge now that I have that these guys are weak in the front. You actually want to hit him in the face. I had been focusing on staying to the side, which is another thing that my World of Warcraft brain. When you're a DPSer, you stay to the side. You let the tank stay in front of the boss. And you're the DPSer, you stay to the side. But hey, you know what? I'll take a couple of gold pickled foul foot, thank you very much. But we are both tank and DPS. And heals. We are a one-man raid. And that's how we have to... Wait, an octopus head? I don't think we've got one of those before. What? Okay. Okay, let's take a look at our octopus head here. Leyndell. Do I hear a violin? I hear a merchant violin. It's playing the same song too, I think. Okay, there's a merchant that is maybe up above on this scaffolding. This is very interesting. Maybe up here. Okay, we want to find our merchant, but we also want to read about our... I'm guessing it's a crafting material. But I did not check, or I did not see exactly. Oh, order of acquisition. Yeah. It's not a crafting material. Octopus head. Oh, it's a helm. Oh my god, it's a helm. The fuck? Thanks, I hate it. A land octopus whelp. Whelp. Worn directly on the head. Has a lingering warmth reminiscent of human skin. What? No. No. Human skin. Get the fuck out of here. Those who can withstand the smell will find its organic elasticity excellent for negating strikes. Is it like super good at... So if we compare it to the... It's probably not going to compare great to the Banished Knight helm, because this is just like a... This is a helm that's like meant to be super defensive against everything except strike damage. It actually does have amazing strike damage reduction. No other helm, it seems, can compare when it comes to reducing strike damage. There you go. Could I tell you what the fuck strike damage is? Maybe. It's like hammers and shit. Yeah, it's hammers. Strike damage. There you go. Okay. That is certainly a look that one could choose to apply to their character. Octopus head. Did that thing just drop randomly from these fuckers? Whoa, what the hell? What the hell did that thing jump at? Excuse me? Chill the fuck out, bro. What's over here? Ooh. Oh, is this where the merchant is hiding? Okay, hold on. Let's help out Leyndell. Don't let Leyndell... No, yeah. Hold on. Leyndell, we'll get you some healing. We're gonna get you some healing here. I think. Maybe I'm too far away. I might be too far away. Does Leyndell need the healing? Does Leyndell really need it? I think we did not give it to her. Hold on. Hold on here. I said we were the healer, except the healer doesn't have any mana. Jesus Christ. Didn't level up my mana regen enough. Okay, hold on here. Golden Vow as well. Let's get all the things going. And then we can successfully take on the octopi. Hold on, am I targeting the right thing here? There we go. So many freaking octopi. Now Leyndell is starting to need a little bit of a heal. So please have it. Have that heal. Have that health back. Whew. And I will take I will take those ovaries. Phrasing? Recalling Finger Remedy. Great. Amazing item for us. We're gonna check out that spot with all the poison bloom and the poison plants here shortly. Soon enough. Just looking for other interesting things. I guess let's go there. Oh no, we got another big boy. And a bunch of little boys. Can you? Oh my god, you're gonna kill me. See, this is why I usually don't fight in front. I don't fight in front because I get whacked. I get chomped on. Where'd Leyndell go? Did Leyndell finally peace out? Leyndell said, "You're on your own, buddy. You're gonna sit there and be a dingus and just get chomped on by an octopus. Why should I help your ass?" Golden Rune 4. Never have there been more octopi in a single setting. Are you done, Leyndell? No, there's more. She's like, dude, can you please help me actually do a thorough octopus cleaning? Are you gonna actually stick to your... No, Leyndell's zoned out. Oh, is that because we actually killed all the octopi? So, wait, there's butterflies here. Nascent butterflies? Excuse me? I barely even saw those things. I just happened to be turning the camera this one way and I was like, wait a second, there's butterflies. Nascent butterfly. Exceedingly rare to find. Okay. An arcane butterfly with translucent wings. Material used for crafting. This butterfly appears as if it's just emerged from its cocoon for its entire life. It looks more like a flower than a butterfly. Nascent butterfly. Huh. I don't know if we have anything that we can use those to craft. Okay, let's head back over here. Head back over into this spot. Is this where the merchant is? I think the merchant is up above. I think the merchant is not down here. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Give me that stance break. Why does it do so much less damage than the octopus? I don't know. Haven't figured that one out yet. Bro, keep your poison, your filthy poison, to your goddamn self. You don't just go around. I guess if you're a poison plant, you do. It's really not very nice to go just... Oh, now we're poisoned. All right, fine. Fine. It's just poison. It's just poison. It doesn't matter. I took my boluses off the bar. I took them off the bar. I thought I didn't need them anymore. Never take poison boluses off the bar. Neutralizing boluses, excuse me. Okay, alright. It's fine. It's fine. Poison bloom. And, that was it. That was it, huh? Oh, no, there is an item over here. There is a loot corpse with a smithy stone 4. That's not bad. We definitely need those, especially if we are going to be doing dual Uchis. Give me all those. Was that worth getting poisoned for? Probably. Probably worth. God damn it. Okay, now what? Now I really do want to find my way up to the merchant. We've done this sending gate, correct? Let's go up the scaffolding. There was this scaffolding over here. Let's explore in that direction. And just see where that leads. We're getting close to a level here. This looks like one of the assets in the tunnels. Hi. There's a ladder right there. I was like, how am I getting up? There's a ladder. Wasn't there a ladder on the other side? There might be, like, ladders on both sides. Oh, hi there. Okay, so we have the poise. When we go into a strong attack, we do have a nice bit of poise that allows us to power. Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this game, are we? Dude fucking stomped on my head. It's not very follower-like. Stomping on people's heads. Okay, this scaffolding did not go very far up. I thought we were gonna be getting. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Hold on. There is more. There is more for those who are paying attention, which I try to do. Even paying attention doesn't always net you the benefits that you hope for, but I try. I try to pay attention. Does that mean I'm going to always be ready for whatever surprises and traps that the game springs on me? Definitely not. As much as I may try. What are we getting here? What's going on here? Another abandoned campsite? I hear the violin again. We found our merchant! Boy, this is a roundabout way to get to this merchant. Holy shit. Is the game going to give me a side of grace here? Hi, buddy. Oh, wow, you don't have a fire or anything, do you? You have no fire, no camel, or not camel, but a mule. You really are out here by yourself. Holy shit. Okay, hello. I also really enjoy the musical merchants. It's a great touch.
Oh, a customer.
That voice sounded like Crestfallen. Need to hear it again. You sell soap, and you sell cookbooks. Whoa! Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 18 and 17. You also sell a larval tear. Never seen that before. Material needed by Renala to grant rebirth? Core of a creature of mimicry known as a silver tear, as much a substance as it is a living organism. Material required by the amber egg cradled by Renala, queen of the full moon, to birth people anew. Being born anew allows the reallocation of attributes boosted by leveling up. I knew it had to be in the game. I knew it had to be in the game. Let's go, though. Confirmation of Soul Vessel. We found our Soul Vessel. Awesome. That is really interesting. I would never have guessed that Renala would be that person. And it's the amber egg that she cradles that births people anew. Larval tear. Well, we definitely need one of those. And we need these cookbooks. We're getting very close to leveling up, but at the same time, this guy is so far out of the way.
Goodbye. Till next time.
I'll be back in just a moment, dude. I am definitely going to be sending some business your way. But I see now. I totally did not even see this little ledge and when we were taking out the poison plants. Hefty beast bone. There is no sight of grace here. However, so getting back to you is a bit inconvenient, so I think it makes sense.
Hello again, good customer.
I also am pretty sure that's crestfallen. We're just going to buy everything, I think. I think we can afford it all. Definitely want this. Now, the Nomadic Warriors cookbooks, let's see what they allow us to craft. Soap, oil pot, and a roped oil pot. Wow. Sounds like oil urns from Bloodborne. Is that what that is? We're going to get it. And we also have the ability now to do dappled and dappled white cure meat. We're going to want this eventually. We want to get all the crafting stuff, so let's buy it. It's 6K. It's a little bit expensive. But, I mean, we have the runes. Let's just buy all the stone sword keys as well. 2K is pretty cheap for the stone sword keys. We're going to maybe be using some in just a bit. And then do we want to also buy... What did the soap do again? Cleans off filth and other accumulations on the body. It totally makes me think of getting leeches in DS3. That's what this makes me think of. Except if there were any mechanic like that in Elden Ring, you would think we'd be able to cure that using the torch. But there must be something else, right? Why else would they give you soap? How do I want to spend my runes here? I could buy one of the butterflies. There's also a shotel here, by the way. Always takes me back to frickin' Lautrec. And then dwelling arrows. If we were a magic build, that could be pretty nice to pick up some more dwelling arrows. But I think we get one... Am I spending all my runes here? I don't even know what nascent butterflies... I don't think I spend all my runes. We're going to save these runes, and we will make note of the fact that nascent butterflies and soap are up at this merchant if we want to make our way around.
Goodbye till next time.
Alrighty, dude. Good find, and I love the fact that... I love the fact that you are a musical merchant, and I also love that we have confirmed that redistributing our attribute points is going to be a thing. We just need to get through Raya Lucaria. Very much making me look forward to that now. So many cool things to do in this game. Holy shit. Let's go to the middle here. Let's go to the middle. Because there was... Well, there's a follower, first of all. Which I love getting the drop on if I can, but I don't think in this case we're going to be able to, so... It's fine. It's fine. What I wanted to take a look at was one of the... This guy is not lit. But I can't interact with it in any way. But there is a torch over here. And I think there are some followers hiding out behind these... some of these structures. So let's see if we can get the drop on you. Nice. Wasn't sure if it was gonna let me have the backstab. This one, I'm not sure if it's gonna let me get in between the rock and you. There we go. Pretty generous. Pretty generous on giving those backstabs. Wow, we get the Great Horned Headband. Are we really filling out the furry set here? The freaking octopus head, though. Great Horned Headband. Dude, it's kind of like... when you see it on... I hadn't realized it when it was on the followers, but being on... it kind of... the horns are kind of like the smelter demon. Not the greatest look for us. But let's see what the lore is about. That's not what I wanted to do, God damn it. I just want to go back this way. Headband decorated by a pair of great horns. And it is the same text as the fur leggings and whatnot, so it is part of that set. Just need the fur gloves. And we'll have the full cosplay ready to go. All right, torch number 6? I want to say number 6. We're actually close enough now to look back at the staircase and see. Maybe. There's some trees kind of in the way. We'll just keep lighting torches as we make our way back toward the staircase. A few gold pickled foul feet in the area. Another... Oh, I thought that was a Trina's Lily. Ghost Glovewort. Lots of Ghost Glovewort down here. I seem to remember there are going to be some followers that that pop up. Yeah, there they are. Kind of remembered them coming out of nowhere. Now, there's also the guy that shoots dwelling arrows. I don't know if we're close enough to him. Man, I almost should use the Flame of Frenzy. That almost one-shots you, but not quite. Which is annoying as hell. Shield grease. What? Dude, it's gotta be the deer. It's gotta be the deer. Shield grease, what the fuck? Boosts guarding ability and all damage negation. What the actual hell? Solidified grease made from a mixture of magically resonant materials. Coats left hand armament. It's literally magic shield, except they turned it into a consumable. That's kind of cool, I guess. Primarily used on shields, but it doesn't say only used on shields. So theoretically, you could like use it on some other armaments if you wanted to somehow, but it would probably be a waste compared to... It's meant for shields. It's meant for the shields. I see a guy with dwelling arrows. The dwelling arrows guys, I think, aggro from a much longer ways away. Don't they? Oh, and we got this warlock shield, dude. Okay, hold on a second here. There are a few different... Oh, you. Hello. Okay, just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. Everything's fine. No worries. Everything is fine. Give me my flasks back. And give me that flame. I don't think we can see the Crucible Knight from here, but I know you're up there. I want to say there's one more flame to get. I want to say there's one more, but I have really lost count. Realistically, I have not a clue. Dang it. He's in just the perfect spot to avoid camera lock, but not a backstab. Oi, I did that wrong. Okay, hold on. Let's just... Torrent's gonna take a chill here. Oh, there's another guy over here. What the fuck? So many of you motherfuckers. Oh my god. Wow, I did one-shot you. Surprising. They just don't die quickly enough, you know? They're just annoying enough in that whole like dying thing. Unless you can get a backstab, that is the surefire way to make sure they are annoying no more. Okay, all right, we're dealing with the followers. We're taking them out. We're getting some dwelling arrows, and we're surviving. We are managing to stay alive. That's all you can ask for. So really all you can ask for when a day in the life in Siofra River. Oh my god. Oh, hello. The totally unneeded stance break. I'll take it. Dude, there's a flame right here. There's a flame right here. I think that might be our last flame. Let's get these guys to wear themselves out. Oh my god, they're not done. Okay. Are you done now? Are you done now? I think this is the last one. I could be wrong. Power gathers somewhere in horned remains. Okay. That is the last one. Let's get a couple turtles here. Never passed the opportunity. I say never. I have passed the opportunity recently. But turtleneck meat, we're gonna need to restock the turtles at some point here. Now, okay, so there is still... Hold on. That was so much damage, my god. Okay, so much for me. I was like gonna get a trickle heal going while I rode across, and then apparently me being in water and taking the electric shock damage from that dude almost fucking killed me. Holy shit. That would have been embarrassing. So, what was I gonna say? I was thinking about I was thinking about this area. How have I just walked by? Oh, we have sending gates, don't we? There are 2 sending gates that we haven't done yet. That's the thing here. The sending gates are probably what get us to this other part of the map. That's got to be it. I think I can't say that I have exhaustively explored this part down here, but I feel like we've gotten the the major strokes. Oh, hi there. Oh, the boar attack, I forgot. Maybe. Maybe they attack. Well, that was awkward. I was trying to do a plunging attack. Totally failed. No secret passageway back here, though, that leads upward. Can I please jump? Please jump. And I think this over here... Man, these guys just charge out of the woodwork, don't they? We've been up here. We went up there and we lit the torch. So I think we have explored all there is to explore now in this bottom area. So we should head back to the Hallowhorn grounds and see what's up. We have pretty much explored. I feel like there's probably some stuff we've missed. I might do like a second pass off camera to like go through with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that I get every single last dew-kissed herb and melted mushroom that there is to find to make sure that there's nothing else of consequence that we've missed. But I feel like that is the big picture pass through this lower portion of Siofra River. So while we do have 5,500 runes, it's not nothing. I feel like I still want to go. Let me think about this. We do have a site of grace right here. So maybe I will quickly go spend some runes back at the hold. So I think we can do like some weapon upgrades and whatnot once I get out of combat, which I can do by resting. I can rest and reset the combat. So let's do that. Let's go and let's quickly spend a little bit of runes at the hold. We'll level up some stuff. Maybe we'll even do like a little bit of we did an NPC sweep last time. Unless we see like an NPC that's in a different spot, I don't think we need to check NPCs just yet. I will hydrate. That is a non-negotiable. Make sure that you're staying up on that hydration. Something else I just remembered, I was going to talk about this earlier, but I think as this video is coming out, I think if it comes out when I think it's going to come out.
Greetings. Are you here for Spirit?
I think the DLC is actually out by this point. I think this might be out the day after the DLC has dropped. And if that is the case, then I hope y'all are having fun playing the DLC. Some of y'all might be so absorbed and caught up in the DLC that you might not have as much time to check out the Akinar videos, which I totally understand if the Akinar videos go on the back burner for some time while you all delve in and get that head start into the DLC. I cannot wait to get to the DLC myself.
Well, I took you for no matter lay out your arm.
And I have had one of my trusted commenters, if you will, that has pointed out that I may want to think about just playing with the purchasing the DLC and just playing through the base game with the DLC unlocked. He didn't explain why. He did it in a very spoiler-free way. But just suggesting that might be something that I want to do, which suggests to me that there may be some things that the DLC unlocks or enhances about the base game. It's not strictly contained to... It's not strictly some, like, endgame bosses in a whole different area that you wait till you are, like, the max level to take on. I'm sure there's going to be that, but there may also be other changes that it implements in the game. But, of course, I don't want to know that. I will talk a little bit about it more with my brother and sister, who are, like, my main trusted advisors, and see if they have some non-spoilery guidance as to how I should approach, because it's very tough. Like, I don't want to know anything about the DLC. But I also, you know, am doing a playthrough that I want you all to enjoy. And if there are some things that it would be kind of fun for me to stumble upon as I'm going through the base game, that the DLC adds to that, if I were to be told that in a non-spoilery way, then maybe that's something I would consider. I don't know. We'll think about it. Sidetrack. I just need to spend the rest of my 700 runes here upgrading. What was I going to upgrade? The winged scythe. That's what I want to upgrade. I want to do one upgrade on the winged scythe, and I also want to do an upgrade on one Uchi, which I can just perfectly afford. It's almost like I scripted it. Almost like it was planned. All right. We will be doing that Ash of War duplication as well. At some point, we'll get to that. Well, for now, let's get back to Sites of Grace, Siofra River. Either way, I hope y'all are having a ton of fun with the DLC as I stay in the dark, patiently awaiting my time with it. Right now, we have 8 torches, or 8 flames that have been lit, leading to the Hallowhorn ground. Have we activated a boss? Have we activated another? Ooh, that guy's glowing now. What was the it said like an ancient power has been activated, didn't it? Said something like that. Can I target this thing? This feels like this would be a boss. Feels like we would have a boss, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's not springing to life on me. Touch horned remains. It is a boss, but it takes us to a cave before we interact with that boss. There is a giant fucking fog door. Okay. May not be apportioned, might not have all my flasks and everything the way that I want them here, but we're gonna pop this. We're gonna pop this. And we're gonna pop this. And we're gonna see what we got. Traverse the mist. And, oh my goodness, Ancestor Spirit. We are battling a giant fucking moose. Ancestor Spirit. I cannot summon my horse. Okay, good. Not that kind of a boss. Man, this immediately gives me vibes of Madeira. Oh shit! Oh my god! Whoa! 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 Oh my god! I'm panicking. Settle down. Settle down. Holy shit! Can you please chill for just a second? Okay, that also gave me vibes of what was the spot in DS2? The I meant to roll. Ooh, okay, we're doing pretty good damage against you. Maybe you're weak to holy, I don't know. But also you are a little bit wild. I'm not... God damn it. Apparently I blocked that. I'll take it. That was a back kick. Got it. Charge was not a good idea. Horsefuck Valley. That's what I'm thinking of. A little reminiscent of the flying reindeer. What am I hearing, by the way, with the music? Some weird animal noises or something. Good time to reapply the Golden Vow. I was not sure exactly how I was going to dodge that. Oh no, I thought for sure I was going to get a head attack there. The music is so bizarre. Jumping attack is a little questionable on whether it hits you or not. The music, it's bizarre, but it also has some beautiful parts to it. What an interesting boss. I should probably find a spot to drink. Terrible roll. Another terrible roll, my goodness. Okay. Great enemy felled. Ancestor Spirit is an achievement. And we get some Ancestral Follower Ashes. First try. First try on a boss. We might be a little bit over-leveled. It might be weak to holy damage. Whatever the case may be. It also didn't have, like, I don't know if Golden Vow was saving our butts, but it wasn't dealing a shit ton of damage with most of its attacks. We got a little caught out of position at one point. Not like the frosty encircling magic breath attack that it was doing. I thought I was like positioned directly in the middle of it, but clearly I was taking a bunch of damage. Kind of like the putrefied Erd, the putrefied avatar, putrid avatar, excuse me. Very, very bizarre boss. This cave definitely throws me back to Madir. Not quite the same color, but very much like this open, big open cave area that you get to fight a boss. It feels like we should be able to ride touring around in here, but I can understand why that's not the case. So that was really... Where the heck are we, first of all? We sort of transported into, I don't know, the remains of the boss. Is that where we are? There's all these, like... What is on the ground, actually? Let's take a look. Now that we have dealt with the boss, we still have a follower's ashes to check out, but these are some interesting remains that are strewn around this area. Are these the same animal that we fought? Ancestor Spirit, right, is what it was called? Didn't we get a blurb on all of the different follower gear? The ancestral followers keep their distance from the Erd tree, awaiting new buds. Oh, okay. I thought this had a blurb about... Well, it kind of makes sense now, right? The ancestral followers. They are followers of the ancestral spirit, or ancestor spirit, because the horns... Wait, though, these are more like bull's horns, as opposed to moose antlers. Okay, what the hell do I know? What the hell do I know? This is bizarre as fuck. That much I knew, though. That much I know. Let's read Ancestral Follower Ashes. Maybe this will tell us something. Used to summon the spirit of an ancestral follower, a spirit of the horned folk who eschew letters and metalworking. I think we did read that before, right? They don't like metal. But they eschew letters as well. Brawny and versed in distinctive spiritual arts, this particular tribesman wields a heavy bow. So this dude gets to shoot the dwelling arrows, it sounds like. Brawny. This game is fucking awesome, dude. This game is fucking awesome. That's just the entrance, the fog door that we came through. All right, over-leveled or not, whatever the case may be, it always feels good to get a one-shot on a boss. That did say great enemy felled. And that's how I'm delineating bosses so far. Great enemies versus enemies, regular enemies. But that's pretty cool. We've got 2 bosses in this area so far that we've faced off against. And we just, we have the ability to come back down here for some reason. Is there something that we would have missed? Or is it, or is there ever like an NPC that would show up here? A la Hodrick? Not Godric. Hodrick. Okay, so really now the remainder of Siofra is the 2 sending gates. And one of those I'm pretty sure leads to a Crucible Knight. Pretty sure. But I also know there's another sending gate that probably leads up to a whole nother part of the zone. Or so I would guess. And I just remembered there is this whole business with 2 stone sword keys. So we have 3 different things still to follow up on. Not this sending gate. This sending gate and this sending gate. I'm guessing that this sending gate goes to the Crucible Knight and this one goes... It may not go directly up here. It might go into this city. Like, somehow, some way, part of this is the Eternal City, right? Has to be, doesn't it? But whatever the case may be, this is where we will wrap up this installment of Elden Ring. And it has been, you know, so many, every time I sit down and play this game, it is so much fun. But this one I've especially enjoyed. We got to do 2 bosses today. Holy shit. That we have not gotten to say too much. We've had a lot of exploration. But there is so much of Limgrave that did not really have, like... How many bosses did we have in Limgrave? Like, great enemies. Great enemies. We had Agiel. If you're just counting, like, the overworld, right? The overworld area. How many different great enemies did we have? Agiel is the only one that's immediately coming to mind. I'm sure I'm... Some might argue that the Crucible Knight was a great enemy. We certainly died enough times to him. But then you go to the underground, and the first area that we check out in the underground has 2 bosses in 1 episode. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And we now know that we are going to be reapportioning our attribute points at some point down the road. I will say our build is starting to feel a little bit more coherent. And it's, you know, even though our attribute points have been kind of spread out, that's not, it doesn't seem to be as bad of a, like I got to a point in DS3, basically Pontiff. We got to Pontiff and my build was still very mishmash. It was towing the line between quality and faith. And because of that, my damage was really suffering against Pontiff, and that fight probably took a lot longer than it could have otherwise. So I'm thinking in that lens, through that lens. But in Elden Ring, I'm not so sure. When they give you stuff like the Golden Halberd, that just kind of naturally scales with all 3 of these different stats. Like, faith quality? Have at it. The game kind of gives you some tools. Maybe this one as well. That say, hey, faith quality, do your thing. Whatever the case may be, we are going to be continuing with the Siofra Riverbank, the Sending Gates, and also whatever the hell is nonsense is behind that elevator, where we have to spend 2 stone sword keys. That will be for next time. And, gosh, I always say it. Well, maybe I don't always say it, but I'm always thinking it. I cannot wait until I get to record some more Elden Ring. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.